Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again, man, with another In the Car Chronicles. Y'all already know the count, man. Turn this video up like the rest of the videos, man. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Let's get this. Let's get it. Let's go. What? The story I got for y'all today, we're going to call this story right here, man, Ops Revenge. Crazy situation, man. I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. We are on Sussex for this, man. But I can remember being on Sussex in the beginning stages, kind of like after I left 2 buildings. So like when I say beginning stages, because it's still at a time where I'm still trying to find myself. I know what I want to do with my life in there as far as how I'm going to stay out the way and how I'm going to survive doing 16 years. Like I already knew what I was going to do. I just was trying to find it and I was getting to that bag. So I'm in 4 building at this time, y'all. And I'm just moving around trying to figure it out and just trying to see what's going on. And I'm around all type of sorts of different guys, man. So I can remember this dude, man, and I knew him, man. We're going to call him Rick, man. But I have to say his city, but I'm not going to say his name, his real name or nothing like that, man. But I was actually in the jail with this guy. You know what I mean? Like he was in the jail when I was in the jail, but he was in the jail before I was in the jail. So he got shipped to prison way before I got shipped to prison. But I remember when I first came into jail and the dude, Rick, he was in there for, he had an M charge, man. He had an unalive charge, man. And the person that he unalive, I guess he was somebody that a lot of people, you know what I mean, rock without the beach. And when he caught that case, man, like I was coming in kind of like while he was already in the jail, probably about already a couple months. But from what I heard after and what I witnessed, man, when he was in my block is how, like he was like a marked man. Like any block he went in, dudes was trying to attack him, man. Like just imagine that, y'all. Y'all in a situation where any block you go in, you getting attacked. You know what I mean? But it be like that in them jails, man. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody be out here sliding and gliding, doing what they do. But at the end of the day, like you have to answer for this stuff. If you ever go behind bars, that's a whole nother world of trouble for you. Now, I know why you out here, you can protect yourself and you can protect yourself in there too, man. But I'm letting you know now, like it's a whole nother world. You're just imagine you getting moved into a world where people already is experienced about moving around. So if you bump into an op, he has to jump on you because he's already knowing how to move around. You got to be careful, man. Just stay out the way. That's all I'm going to tell y'all, man. But every block this dude Rick went to, he was getting punished, man. Now, he would fight back. And he wasn't really a big dude. He probably was a little shorter than me, skinny dude. But he would rumble back. But at the same time, it was like everybody wanted him, man. So I ran into him while we was in the hole a few times. And that time we was in the block. So I knew him. And I used to hear the story. Like I told you, I heard how dudes were saying that how he was a marked man in that joint. Everybody wanted to do him dirty. So like, I guess, like I say, the person that he unalive was somebody that everybody rocked with. And it was kind of like a younger dude, too. So he used to just move around knowing that was his situation, man. So, like, I guess after the years of just fighting and going through everything he have to go to, now, fast forwarding the tape years later, now I'm on Sussex 2 with this guy. We in 4 building. I'm in the pod with him. We in 4D. Like, now, it's like, it's to the point now it's like, everybody from the beach really don't hate his guts because now he's in the penitentiary. Like back then in the jail, you might be, and yo, my homeboy in this block. Yeah, you know he in there. Y'all get at him. Like you can send the word easier when there's an enemy and stuff like that. But in prison, it was a different story for him. It was a whole different story for him because he was just moving around regular. Like I mean, he had an unalive charge, and it's a lot of people in there with unalive charges. So everybody's not like marked men when it comes to that, but you still have to keep your head on the swivel. So Rick moved around like he was regular. Rick wasn't trying to get no pack or nothing. Rick just was a heavy gambler. That's all Rick used to do. When I finally came in 4D and he saw me prior to this on the compound, but when I finally came in his block, man, you know what I mean? I docked him up because I haven't really like kicked it with him since the jail like that. So I remember I used to always just be around Rick, man. He just be telling me, man, like that junk crazy, man. I like, you know, when you get around somebody you was in the jail with, y'all always reminisce. Like, especially if you knew each other in the jail. So like me, I'm kicking it. And I'm like, man, bro, I'm like, yo, that junk crazy, man. I remember you was in the block, bro. You were rumbling them 3 dudes. He was like, shh. You remember that, bro? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, them dudes, man, they F me up too, bro. Like, they F me up bad. I'm like, I know, bro. I had just gotten the block. I didn't know what was going on. He was like, yeah, all them wanted everybody was beefing with me because I unalive dude and this and that. So he tell me the story about the dude he unalive. You know what I mean? He told me that dude try to rob him. You know what I mean? He was like, he was cool with the dude. He said it was out of neighborhood dice. And he said after he beat the dude out of his money, he was going back to the car. He turned around, he looked. Young boy had the hammer pointed at him, and he was coming at him. So he said he like trying to like run his pockets with the joint. So he says he turned around, he pulled his fire out, and he dumped the clip. Young boy never had a chance, man. So that's how he ended up getting time. Now, Rick had, I think he had 15 years or something like that, so he should be out. But he had 15 years. He didn't have a registered hammer or none of that, man. But caught 15 years for that unalive charge right there, man. So, like, he was saying that, like, basically it was self-defense. But at the end of the day, you know, the hammer wasn't registered, none of that. So he got railroaded, however you want to put it. So he was like, man, at the end of the day, man, I was protecting myself. He said, everybody mad because his family and this and that and this and that. So I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. I was like, you ain't bumping to none of them since you've been in penitentiary? He was like, nah, I ain't bumping to none of them since I've been in the can. He was like, for real, like, it's over with for real, man. He was like, man, I'm serving my time, bro. He was like, man, jump crazy, man. He said, then I found out that the dude that his man that was coming after me on the street, he was like, well, it ain't even his family members, it's one of his homeboys. He said, the one that was coming after me on the street, he called his name. We're gonna call him Neil. He was like, yeah, Neil, the dude I was beefing with on the street. He was like, man, I heard, man. He was like, man, he locked up right now for popping one of my homies. So I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, man, he popped my little homie, man, my little young homie too, man. Just caught him out there, you know what I mean? Just trying to take out what I did on them, you know what I mean? So I'm like, that's crazy, man. He was like, yeah, so he locked up now. So he was like, man, it's just crazy. He's like, I'm just basically done with it, man. He was like, man, I'm numb to this whole situation, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I done went through this with the court systems by seeing both families in there, my family, they family. He said, man, I done rumbled dudes in the jail my whole 2 years in there. He said, man, I'm sick. I'm tired of that junk, Weezy, man. So he was like, I'm just chilling, man. I was like, bro, I feel you, man. You know what I mean? So we used to kick it from time to time, kind of like how I used to be, man. You know what I mean? Like, me and Rick, we wouldn't kick it all the time, but like, you know, like I said, we was in the jail together. So look, we had a different type of mutual understanding with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Because we was in the jail together. You know what I mean? So like, the whole time I was in there, like, you know, Rick just was on getting his gamble game on. He went on nothing like he was trying to do it like that. You know what I mean? He was just trying to just be a dude that run the poker game, run the dice game here and there, crank up a skin game. Like, he was, you know what I mean? That's all he wanted to do, man. Like, he was already an experienced gambler. Like, I was gambling, but I wasn't already experienced like he was. Like, he was already super experienced with gambling, man. So, like, I remember this one time, man, like, he got into it, you know what I mean? Like, and this is when I seen that, like, I was like, man, Rick can fight. But I was like, Rick can't really fight, though. And I seen it, Joe. He got into it with his dude. Man, they got the beefing over the craziest thing. It was over the card game, about the money. And he told dude to go get the money. Dude was like, yo, you giving him money. Why I can't get no chips? And they was arguing over that. Next thing you know, they was getting sale 12 pop, man. And they went in that joint and rumbled. So when they rumbled, like, they was in there probably like 10 minutes. And that's a long fight, but probably less than 10 minutes. But once they came out, I looked. I seen Rick jump was kind of like knotted up. You know what I mean? He rumbled a shorter dude. Dude was a little smaller than him. You know what I mean? But he knocked Rick up a little bit, man. Like, after that, I guess they dapped up. They had a mutual understanding. It wasn't no beef. And Rick went on with his life, y'all. So, boom. I'll say probably about 2 weeks later, man. 2 weeks later, we in the pod. We look up, man. We see a bunch of dudes talking to dudes in the door. You know what I mean? So when they talking to dudes at the door, I look up. That's when I seen the intake COs. Like, it's these certain COs that work back at the intake, kind of when new people come in. You will see them. When you see them around, it's usually new intakes. So when I look and I seen them in the hallway, that's when at first I didn't know those dudes in the hallway was new intakes. But when I seen the COs, that's what told me that they was intakes. So I see the COs out there in the hallway. I look up. They moving dudes to the pod across from us, which is 4C. So they all in the joint. So everybody at the door trying to see what's going on. So I didn't even really go over there, but I didn't recognize nobody from afar. So, you know what I mean? I kept minding my business. But when I look, I seen Rick at the door. And Rick was kind of like he was like looking and see who that was through the door or whatever. But nobody could really see, man. So I ain't paying no mind. So we end up going to dinner. So when we go to dinner, we walking, man. You know, as soon as we come down the steps, like with 4B and 4A at, as soon as we get down there, it was a group of guys down there. It was like, I seen them. It was like 4 or 5 dudes. Then there was a couple of other dudes. Then I seen a couple of red team member dudes. But it usually be red team member dudes out in the hallway anyway. So I go out and shoot past them. You know what I mean? We going to chow hall, eat. When we come back, you know what I mean? They still out there in the hallway talking. So I'm like, man, this is a long conversation. So they out there jump for a minute talking. You know what I mean? So we come back in the pod. I be in the pod chilling. And I look up and I seen Rick come back kind of late. You know what I mean? Rick come back kind of late. He come in the pod. He walking, and he just had this look in his face as he was walking. He was just looking like I could see, you could tell like something was like, it was major deep thought or something he was thinking about. He was thinking about something that was like heavy on the brain, pause. And you could tell, like you could tell where his mind was at. So when he walk in, You know what I mean? Like I seen like, and like for real, I picked all the stuff that was going on, but I still don't know what's going on. But like I say, me and bro got a different type of bond because I know him from the jail. Like we ain't on the type of time like we gonna ride with each other. But like I feel like if he seen that I was looking crazy, he'll ask me the same thing. So when I seen him, I was like, yo, bro, what's up? You good, bro? This how, you know what I mean? Like I still didn't know what was going on. He was like, why you ask me that? He started smiling. I was like, nah, I'm just asking, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You just looking crazy ever since dinner and you this way. And he was like, man, he was like, man, another dude he talked to came up, you know what I mean? This dude was from Chesapeake. He be talking to this dude from Chesapeake. It was a dude from the beach in there that he talked to with, or that he talked with too, but he talking to the dude from Chesapeake. The dude from Chesapeake walked up and there's 3 of us. He like, man, you ain't gonna believe this, man. You ain't gonna believe this, man. Like, what? He was like, remember the dude, Neil, I was telling you about? That was beefing with on the street that hit my old homeboy. I was like, yeah. He was like, he looked at the dude. He was like, man, he up here. Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, he next door. He in 4C. He said, that's who I was talking to, man. He said, I kind of had to like holler at him and like kind of explain to him and let him know that, like, you know, like I told Weezy, I just had told you I'm done. Like, I ain't got no problem. Like, bro, it's a hit for a hit. If he did it like that, it's a hit for a hit. He hit my peoples, I hit his peoples, but I hit his peoples out of self-defense. So he said, I don't think I never had a chance to even tell him that. I said, so that man let you come up and holler at him and explain that though? He was like, yeah, man, you know, he been in jail a while, you know, been in this camp. You know what I mean? He was like, he just getting the sussers, so like, he ain't really on it like that. I said, man, you need to watch him, bro. Like real talk. Like I found myself, I had to tell him that. I felt like I had to, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, who would I be if I didn't tell him that? I felt like I had to tell bro that. I'm like, yo, bro, you need to watch him, bro. Like, real talk, man. Like, I don't really, like, what you mean? Like, he said it's over, he hit your man on the street. Then he was like, yeah. He was like, but I hit his people's though, Weezy. I'm like, yeah, you right, man. Maybe I'm just overreacting, man. But I was like, at the same time, though, bro, you need to be careful, man. You know what I mean? I was like, this is crazy right here. I said, you know what you went through in the jail. I just felt like I had to give him the ultimate warning. Like, just off the strength that, like, look, bro, this is what I got for you by warning you now. I'm giving you the ultimate warning. Now, you can handle this how you gonna handle it, but I gotta give you the ultimate warning, y'all. So, boom. Now, I left it in his hands, man. And when we went outside the next day, I looked up and I seen bro walking with him. You know what I mean? He was walking with the dude, Neil. Now, the dude, Neil, he was walking with was extremely bigger than him. Not like extremely bigger, but he was a big youngin', man. Like, if I say he was younger, like, I'm early 20s. He's probably like 22, 21, 23 or something like that. So, because the dude that Rick ended up unaliving, he was a younger dude too. So, it's kind of like he was beefing with a generation under him a little bit. So, this dude that just came up here, he size to him, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't no little dude. I give him 5'11", but look like wherever camp he was at before he got the sussers, he was lifting weights. That's what it looked like, man. So I look up and I see him on the yard walking with the light brown skinned dude, kind of heavy, you know what I mean? Kind of diesel dude a little bit. They walking around the yard and I just see, you know what I mean? Rick kind of like, you can tell Rick moving his hands. He kind of explaining himself probably, like he probably breaking down everything about the whole situation as a whole, as far as how it happened, why he ended up unaliving dude, man. Like, I don't know how that comment, I never been through that. Maybe somebody that's watching this right now probably been through that, man. Like, you had a conversation with your op, you know what I mean? Like, I never really had to go through that. So, like, I don't know how I would feel, to be honest with y'all. But witnessing it in real time and seeing him do it, I was just like maybe stuff can get squashed, like, you know what I mean? But like, I thought when it came to unaliving, like it's, you never can trust the next person, like, you know what I mean? Because you never know, like, that's real hurt that you left somebody family with. So you gotta always make sure you're on point and keep your head on the swivel, man. So I gave bro that, I gave him the game. But when I look up, they on the yard walking, so they walked the whole wreck. After the wreck was over with, we all went back in the building. I'm over on the jump playing casino with the dude from Chesapeake that be rocking with Rick. We standing at the table playing casino. You know what I mean? We playing each other heads. We playing casino. We chilling. Rick come up there. He walked to the table. He sit down. He was like, man, I read my Bible, man. Once I start reading my Bible, man, he was like, I just know that, you know what I mean? God is going to give me signs and just put me through different things. You know what I mean? Like, down the time that Rick has been in there, like, yeah, he gambled and stuff like that, but Rick still made sure he went to church every Sunday. Sometimes he would do a little Bible study with him and the little older dude that he rocked with, man. But like, he definitely gave his life over to God. So like, that's what he's saying now. He feeling like, man, like, I was able to bump into somebody. He was like, man, I hurt that man family. He was like, man, you know what that man told me, Weezy, man? I was like, what? He was like, man, like, you don't know how much you hurt that man mama, man. He was like, man, that man mama, man. He was like, that man mama almost took herself out. He said, like, just off the stress alone, like, she almost took herself out knowing that her son had got unalive like that, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, she was a young mama herself. So like, that was crazy. I'm like, man, like, you know, like, I couldn't put myself in a mama's shoes. If I'm losing a child, like, I can't even imagine that though. Like, you lose a child, that's major, man, regardless of how it went. So like I say, that's why you got to keep your head on the swivel, because there's always going to be both sides that's hurt. You know what I mean? So he like, man, like, he told me like how like this affected the whole family, and that's why he had to ride, man. So he explained, he was like, man, I forgive him. You know what I mean? He was like, the difference is he didn't unalive my man. You know what I mean? He just ended up popping my man. So like, you know, he got that, and he had a couple of other charges he was wanted for, man. So he was like, he got a little bit too. So he was like, for real though, man. He was like, bro, I just think, bro, all right, man, like, you know what I mean? So I looked at him, I was like, look, I was like, man, I understand all that though, man, but like, keep it a band. You just on some keep your enemies closer type shit, right? He was like, hey, go ahead, man. I was like, bro, like, you might as well. I said, man, because I said, bro, you need to watch him. You need to watch him, bro. Like, for real, bro. You need to watch him, bro. Like you never know, bro. Like he said that joke squash, bro, and be done. Like, that's the only redemption he want out of his life, regardless if it's gonna get him some more time or what. The only redemption is getting back at your ass, y'all. So boom, get to him straight, man. Like, bro, you wildin', bro. But like I tell y'all, people make their own decisions, man. People gonna move how they want. I can't be the controller of how people move. I can only be the guy that's giving you the great advice on how you should move. That's what I was doing, man, with Rick, man. But Rick got to make his own play, man. So Rick continue on kicking it with this dude, man. Like, you know, it really looked like the dude wasn't on that type of time. No, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, the dude started 229 over into our pod. Like, he'll just come over there sometime. You could do that. It depends with CEO working, because they was in the pod right next door. You know what I mean? So like, he turned out, from my view of him from afar, like, he had looked like a real calm dude, a chill dude. He didn't look like somebody that was that conniving, to be conniving and sneaky. He didn't give me that type of feeling, like a conniving, sneaky person. He looked like a dude that just had time to do. You would see that look on a lot of people's faces, man. Like, I just got all this time to do. You know what I mean? That's the type of look that the dude Neo had, man. So like, I wasn't to the point where I was like, man, I'm watching him myself, and I didn't gave bro the count. You got to watch your own beef. This is your beef, bro. You got to watch your own self, man. So like, I continue on doing my bid. Now, the whole time that he was kicking it, man, like, it was like they became great friends or some like crazy stuff, man. Like, it was wild, like wild, spooky, like, to see them two. And I didn't know the other dude, Neil. I didn't know him, but I knew the dude Rick. And the dude Rick, I seen him get beat down several times for doing what he did to this man Peoples. And now he's cool with the man Peoples. But like, prison is the place that, like, a lot of times this can happen, y'all. Like, people will forgive, you know what I mean? Now, a lot of people will be grimy and be like, I forgive, and they be welling, and then you just being stupid. So either way, you taking a risk of being around somebody that you got with. I'm letting you know now, man. Like, I wouldn't be around nobody that I got like real beef with. I couldn't do it in penitentiary, man, because penitentiary is one of those places when dudes come back, forget back in the worst way, y'all. So boom, next thing you know, I look up, see the CO coming in the joint. CO run up to cell 35, run up there. He open the door up, he look, he tell the black dude in there, he like, look, you move your stuff over to the top bunk. You got a roommate coming in here today. So the black dude like, why I gotta move to the top bunk? I got a bottom bunk. He like, no, you just move your stuff down there. You got a roommate. He got a bottom bunk pass. He was like, oh, man. So everybody like, man, he buckled the old head. Old head got to move his stuff back on the top bunk. So I'm on the top tier chilling. I'm looking around. Next thing you know, the CO come back. You hear everybody hit the noise. He come in the pod. This time when he come in the pod, he was like, he looked back. He was like, come on. And then he told somebody that was around the corner in the slider, like, come on. Then I looked. It was the dude, Neil. He come walking in. You know what I mean? When I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Neil got up his goddamn sleeve, y'all.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.